Choosing the right college and university is important but not critical to success, and I think a lot of students are unaware of some of the things they need to think about when they're thinking about what they're going to do after high school. And so let's do a quick guidance lesson on some things to think about or to consider when you're choosing college or university. First of all, it's important to understand there's multiple paths to success. You do not have to pick the perfect college to be successful. You don't even have to go to college to be successful. There are other paths to success. You do have to develop skills and a work ethic and vision to be successful no matter what. Successful traits to be successful no matter what. The right situation in terms of college or tech school or whatever you need can help make your path easier, though, and help you develop those skills in a better way and develop connections that can make your path easier and your career path easier to obtain. College is a huge investment. It's an investment in time. It's an investment in massive amounts of money, energy. It's a family sacrifice, a family investment. So it's not to be taken lightly what you decide. First, you have to understand yourself. You have to ask yourself these questions. What kind of person are you? What are you looking for in a college? Or what are you looking for in a school after high school? What resources do you have available? Can your family help you pay for some of the things? Do you have scholarships available? Things like that. What are you comfortable with? What type of culture and atmosphere are you comfortable with? Do you want to be out of your comfort zone? Would it be beneficial for you to be out of your comfort zone? What do you want to learn or experience in college? What type of interactions with what type of people? What is the atmosphere that you want in college? What are your long-term goals? And that's really the key one there. What are your long-term goals? What are you trying to achieve? Are you not completely sure yet? That's a thing that many people are unsure when they get out of high school exactly where they're going with their career. But if you are sure, then you really want to focus your college based on your long-term goals. I want to encourage people to push themselves. You want the best training possible and the best connections possible when you're thinking about college within reason. Again, it's not critical, but it can make the path easier. You want to push yourself to get into difficult programs and shoot for what you really want to accomplish. And the goal with most people's goal for college, even though sometimes we don't think about it in the short term, sometimes we think about the social aspect, but your goal should be I want to receive the training, connections, and skills and personal development that's going to allow me to have a successful start to my career. And I want to grow exponentially as a person during college. So you want to think about what college is going to give you the best opportunity to do that. It's a huge investment, college is, but you want to get the highest return for your investment. So sometimes the cheapest school is not the highest return on your investment. If you get a job, if you go to a more expensive school, say a school that's $30,000, $40,000 a year, and you go into debt, but you're going to make $100,000 a year with your career placement after college from that school, it might be worth it than going to a school that's $10,000, $15,000 a year, and you're only going to make $50,000 in your career starting out with that school. That being said, you can achieve from any school, like I said, but you have to think about what is the return on my investment. Going to advanced schools, graduate schools down the road, like medical schools, law school, things like that, have a very high cost. However, the return, if done properly, could be massive, and you could earn a lot more money over your lifetime. And have a lot more success and freedom over your lifetime, which is important as well. So think about, what is your major? What is the college's career placement? Do they get people in jobs? Do they get people in good jobs? Do they get people in jobs in their fields? Think about the cost. Is the cost worth it? How are you going to pay for it? Are you going to go into massive debt because of it? Is there ways that you can mitigate that debt? Is there ways that you can receive scholarships? Can you work and go to school at the same time? Are there ways that you can make it easier on yourself? And is the cost going to be worth it? If you're going to, if you're just going to college for the experience and you go to a school that costs $50,000 a year and then you get a job that has nothing to do with your degree, or you don't finish and you end up making $30,000 a year, you're going to be spending a long time paying off your debt, your loans and your debt. So, the higher the cost of the university, the more you need to think about your commitment to getting a degree, your commitment to getting a career that can pay off those loans and those expenses. And again, think about how much you can expect to earn when you graduate. These are questions to ask your admissions counselor at the colleges when you visit. Take a lot of visits, both formal and informal. Ask the questions I've been talking about. Ask other questions. Write down questions to ask. Get the information. Get a feel for what the university life is. Do overnight visits so you get a feel on the social scene. These are important things to do so you get a feel for what you want. Social scene is a lot of people's top priority. They want to go to the party school, or they want to go to the athletic school. They want to go to the school that everybody else in their high school is going to. But that shouldn't be the top priority at all. You want to think about, how do you fit in? How do you doesn't matter if you fit in. Truth of the matter is, you're going to be able to find a good social scene if you work on it and you enter clubs and extracurriculars. No matter where you are, you're going to find people, like-minded people, and you might find some different people that you might gravitate to as well that will help you grow as a person. But the social scene should not be should be the top priority. It can be something to consider, but really your career and your career development, your skill development, should be your top priority, and the value that you're receiving from the education is the top priority. People are always worried about the social scene, or they're worried about going someplace exotic or something like that, that makes them stand out. It's too big of an investment to worry about that stuff, as long as it's got to be something that fits in what you're trying to do with your life. Think about the environment you want. Do you want to be in an urban environment? There's colleges in the middle of big cities. Do you want that urban environment, the resources of the city with you? You want to be in a rural environment? There's colleges that are isolated in rural communities. Do you want a suburban college? Do you want to drive in? Do you want to be a commuter school? Do you want to still live at home? These are all things that you want to consider. Think about the values that schools are built on. There's schools that focus on different things. Many schools are led by religious groups. Do you agree with those values? Do those values help you become a better person? You would embrace those values. What are the values the school is built on? What's the school's reputation in terms of values? Is it an ethical school? Is it a school that aligns with what you believe in and what you want to do? Do you want to be pushed beyond your beliefs? Do you want to get some new values and new ideas? There are benefits between large and small schools. You get that individual attention at the smaller schools. Sometimes they can be more expensive. At these massive, large state universities, you have unlimited resources, but you have to tap into them. And there's different opportunities, maybe more opportunities at the larger schools in terms of diversity of resources and things that you can do. However, you may not get the individual attention, and you may get lost in the flow. You're just kind of a number at the larger schools. At the smaller school, people are going to know your name. People are going to work with you. People are going to seek you out. So think about, weigh the benefits of a large and small school. When you look at campus, is it safe? Is it clean? Is it convenient? Again, a lot of money is invested on developing these spectacular campuses. Some of these schools now have massive outdoor pools. I think Arizona State has these dorms with huge outdoor pools with them and things like that. It's all overblown. Shouldn't be a priority. It should be the training connections. They're much more important than the beauty of the campus or the fun of the campus. You want beauty and you want fun, but don't get too caught up in all that. You're there to go to college to get trained, to build skills, to build life experiences. Scholarships are so important. There are endless amount of scholarships to get. You can receive them at the local level, from the college level, from organizations. Of course, everybody focuses on the athletic ones, but there's far more academic scholarships given out than athletic. How does the scholarships compare to the overall cost? A lot of these small private schools give up massive amounts of academic and needs-based scholarships. However, their tuition is so high. So if people brag, "Oh, I got $30,000 in scholarship money," the school costs $60,000, so you're still out $30,000 a year over 4 years. That's $120,000. You might go to a larger state school. You might only get $1,000 of scholarship money, but may only cost $10,000 a year to go to. So then you're only out of $36,000 in debt over 4 years. So you can see, you have to compare that. Sometimes people and parents and guardians like to brag about the massive scholarship money they got going to certain schools. However, the cost of the school is so high that it offsets that. So be thinking about that, but always be pursuing scholarships. There are endless amounts of scholarships, and most people don't even bother to apply to most of them. Will your connections lead to a career upon graduation or getting into a graduate program? That's the most important thing. You want to push the professors. You want to push the admissions to find out the numbers on that. If I do my job at this college, am I going to be able to start a career? Am I going to be able to get into graduate school if I want to? Am I going to have the skills I need for success? That's the most important thing. So for some people, studying abroad and getting that experience is the priority. Some colleges have different study abroad programs. Think about where you want to go, what you want to do, and most importantly, how is that going to benefit you? Athletics, a lot of people pick schools because that's their favorite sports team. They want to be involved in them and things like that. They want to go to the games and things like that. We can go to the games no matter what, whether you're a student or not. So, think about that should not be your top priority. But unless you're getting into athletics, you want to be a manager, you want to be a trainer, or of course if you're actually playing on the team, etc. You want to be around a certain coach, things like that. If you're willing to sacrifice and do those things, which are extremely time-consuming and difficult, maybe the athletics will offer you the opportunities you need. Maybe you need to think about athletics, but just to be a fan is not really a great reason to go to a school. There are tons of other options out there. There's community college. If you're not sure what you want to do, maybe you go to community college that will transfer to a larger school, a four-year school. There's tech training. There's apprenticeship programs. You go straight into the workforce if you can find a good job and career. There's entrepreneurship. You can start your own business or work for someone else. There's online college. The options are endless. However, you got to really work at whatever option you're doing. Do not just settle for something less than what you're trying to do and what your big vision and goal is. Don't just float through life. Have a goal. So a four-year college is not the only option. There's tons of paths to success, but you want to make sure if you're picking a four-year college, you're picking it for the right reason and you're getting all the information. I hope this was helpful. I know there's a lot of information about picking colleges out there, but I just wanted to share some of my ideas because I really think some people don't put enough thought into what they're trying to do. Thank you.